What's up, guys, and welcome to another video of DevTalks with your host Travian, where we talk about everything engineering and technology wise. And in this video, we're going to be diving into how you can become a software engineer, or how software engineering in general is changing. With the CEO of Microsoft, there was an interview with Sajad, I believe I pronounced his name right. His video will be credited, or his channel will be credited down below in the description. Go give him a like, follow, subscribe, whatever, if you guys like his videos and content. But without further ado, let's dive right in.
So as the CEO of Microsoft, in this world of AI, if I'm a beginner, just want to break into tech, what's your number one piece of advice?
Just getting real fundamentals on sort of software, if you're a software engineer, I think still matters a lot. To me, having the ability to think computationally, because even if you get the levels of abstraction, right? Like this morning, one of the demos I did was even I could go and fix a bug because it was assigned to me by just assigning it to Copilot coding agent. Except I was thinking about it. It was a pretty cool issue, right? The issue was, hey, do a filter, which was basically a percentile.
Creating a feature.
Yeah, it is a feature. But then I said, oh man, this is like, I could, recount what is a SQL query, right? Group, case when, right? That is basically it. So the fact that I knew what it would do, and it was going to take out some of the drudgery, right? And of course, it even said, hey, go do this with a dummy cache and the Redis cache, right? The classic staging cache. Some of the incantations some of us have to put up with to get some software done.
Yeah.
The joy of some of the software programming is gone. So I kind of feel like all of us are going to be more software architects, right? So in some sense, if you think about it, right, we said, oh, we got to be first software engineer, and if you get a lot of experience, you'll be a software architect. Right. I wonder whether the path to being that software architect gets speeded up. That level of abstraction is at least what I'm most enthused about.
Right. Like being on the design front and then letting the AI
Right, but the design with a real understanding of the system, right? To your point, that's the architect. And so that's, I think, what's going to happen. And so I would say for any student, anyone getting in, get the fundamentals right.
Don't just vibe code.
Vibe coding. Yeah. So I just feel like, if you're just saying accept, and you don't have an understanding, like even, by the way, like if you do a markdown, right, which is, you could say, hey, the markdown for an agent is not like a classic README. You want it to really make sense to the other human who comes in, but you kind of have to even instruct the agent properly, right? So therefore, I think thinking like a systems engineer and like an architect, I think is still important.
We still need.
And I completely 100% agree with this. And the reason why I agree with what he's saying is the whole architectural stuff. And I'm talking about that from even my own personal experience wise, even professionally. Even for myself, I've been spending a lot of time on where I wanted to go and lead to. And I've been looking at this software engineering or data engineering world and everything. And I'm like, where do I want to go? Like, I know what industry in a sense, or what focuses I want to have are like data and AI. Those are the two main, like machine learning, modeling, all that. Those are the main like kind of orgs or subcategories that I know that are great to focus in right now, because they're a lot long standing and we're going to be dealing with that kind of stuff for a very long time. And I always say there's a worry for like front end engineers, because like a lot of AI could just do what they want and people could just design stuff that they want. I see now that there's a new AI thing that people can create their own apps like this apparently. But the best people to be able to do some of this stuff like this and work with AI are the ones who understand the fundamentals. And I always say this when I'm speaking to people when they ask me about my knowledge and everything. And I'm like, yeah, more about the fundamentals. Those are going to be the most important stuff when it comes to working with AI, because everybody's going to become prompt engineers in a sense. And we covered this when we talked about Fiverr with Fiverr CEO, what he was talking about, and people knowing how to leverage AI the best ways possible. Because if you have some context of, hey, this is what it's going to do, it may not be correct 100% of the way, or may get you 80, 60, or 90% of the way there, and you have to finish it. But you have to be able to understand what it's doing, read what's going on, get it to clarify certain points. You can use it to get these points and knowledge and fundamentals as well too. There's different ways. I might start doing series on, hey, working on software and fundamentals with AI and seeing which ones are true and whatnot, and going to see how much it progresses me or whatever on my personal channel or TikTok. So we'll see how that all goes. But yeah, understanding what it should do and how it's going to go about it on a specific approach is very important, especially when you're trying to test out and get it all there, because we cannot take AI at 100% source of truth right now. At the end of the day, we are supposed to be the experts in some standard and architecting what it needs to do. We need to get into that. That's why, for me, I want to move more into solutions engineering, architectural stuff, and be more architecture based with design and everything, especially with being able to create things how I want to create it, and being able to get things out in that kind of a sense, and just getting better at it. And the more you get better at like the architectural standpoint, you're going to get better at the prompting standpoint as well too. The more you do these prompts with AI. So he didn't really give like the best thing of like, hey, how do you get a job at Microsoft in a sense, but in a sense he also did, because they're not looking for software engineers. They're not looking at for people who just come in and develop things straight ahead. They're looking for people who can build out, understand the layouts of how this is going to be done, and further progress their systems that they already do, and like just become more architectural based in a kind of sense, because they know the limitations of the AI and the systems on where it's going to go and everything from that whole standpoint. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Actually, I'm interested in what your guys' takes are, especially if you are a person who is a software engineer, and where you think your life has been going. Have you been having any doubts recently, especially with being replaced? And how you've been leveraging AI to become better? Is your mindset kind of the same? I'm really curious to know who all thinks about this in this kind of way and whatnot. I'm actually really curious about it. So do let me know in the comments down below. And then also don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate everybody who subscribes and likes and gets the video out. Anything I really do. I want to be able to speak to more people, have more conversations with people as we're dropping this content almost every day, if not every day. That's the schedule I'm trying to be on, where you guys get a new video every single day about me, about something in tech, engineering, and whatever is going out on this channel alone. The other channels, it may be a little bit more spread out. We'll see. Just need the content for those other channels. But yeah, let me know what you guys are thinking. If you want to send me any recommendations, send me an email at devtalkspod@gmail.com. Everything will be in the description down below, where you can find all the information on where to reach out and things from that standpoint. Without further ado, peace and see y'all next time.